All right, fellas, I'm out in the garage out here this morning. Tell you what, look here. Let's do a time and temperature check. It is, let's take a look here, about 10 till 11. And out in the garage, it is 70 degrees, 48% humidity. I think it's about 60 outside, so I'm nice and comfy in here this morning. Guys, this is gonna be a bench update. Before we get to that, I want to show y'all something over here. Y'all know I mentioned this before. This is the Custom Model Society's modeling forum, CMS, and they have made a major change on this site. And if any of you guys have been over here before and you didn't like how you post pictures of your favorite models or whatever, I'm going to show you the major change here, and maybe you guys will come back over and give this place a shot. Really cool modeling forum. A lot of nice guys over here, just a lot of great guys. All right, this is the forum, or this is the thread I have going on my 50 olds that I'm working on. And prior to the major update, you'd have to go up here and click on Insert Image and then type in the URL wherever you're hosting your pictures, and then the picture would appear, but you had to have a hosting site. So, and a lot of guys didn't care for that. So now, instead of doing that, it's just like any other site. You go right up here and click on Attach, Add Attachment, and you can grab that right from your desktop, just like any other site, fellas. You don't have to put any URL in, no link to your images. You don't have to have a hosting site. Just click on Add Attachment, and if it's on your computer, just get it right off there. So maybe some of you guys, because I know some of you guys have been asking me about doing the attachments, and you weren't comfortable on how the site was operating. So now it has changed. So that is the major change, fellas. All right, let's go over here. I'm going to get on this bench update. Man, I tell you what, I'm going to show you all something here. Y'all remember in one of my videos I mentioned that I dropped this sucker. Man, I'm going to tell you what. It was painted with Tamiya's rattle can paint, their synthetic lacquer. And I initially sprayed this with Easy Off, and it didn't do anything. You know, normally Easy Off takes off everything I've been doing if I had to strip something, but it wouldn't work. So I took it out, I cleaned it off, washed it up with some Dawn dish detergent, and let her dry out for a little while, and then I sprayed her down again. And I mean, it loosened up just a little bit around the edges, but nothing major. So I thought, what the heck? So then I cleaned it up, and I put it in the, I put it in the Super Clean. That did nothing. I mean, I left it in there for, I think, 4 or 5 days. Didn't touch it. So I had tried some of the, let's take a look here. I tried some of this, the 91% isopropanol alcohol. That wouldn't touch it. That wouldn't do anything either. So, and I don't have the bottle left anymore. What do I do with it? I tried some that, I think it's called Awful. I got it at the dollar store. Awesome. Totally awesome. That's what it's called. And it wouldn't do anything either. So, guys, I kind of gave up. So I thought, well, heck, I'm going to start sanding this thing. And I didn't know why anything I tried wouldn't take the paint off. Well, guys, I'm going to show you here. There's nothing really on the body to take off anymore. All this red you see, I've been sanding on this thing for 2 days, but all the red you see, after nothing would work, I ended up taking a paper towel and some of my off-the-shelf lacquer thinner, and I wiped it down, and it took the majority of that red off, but it kind of smeared it, and I think that lacquer thinner kind of attacked that plastic, and that red just merged in with that white plastic. I mean, because it wasn't even smooth, it was kind of wavy. It just kind of messed up the plastic. And gosh, I'm just having a hard time getting this. Look how bad that is, fellas. That is just terrible. I don't know what to do with it. I don't even know if I can save it. I've been sanding so much on this, but this body, I think, is just ruined. So I'm going to keep sanding on it, but I'm starting to take a lot of the details and stuff off, trying to get this. And, you know, guys, anymore, that red is kind of just smeared and melted into the white plastic, and I'm trying to just sand the whole body. I'm really taking a lot of plastic off, but I'm not having much luck. I had more luck on the hood. Of course, you know, small area. But man, I tell you what, I haven't even touched the inside. I'm not even going to touch that. But man, I tell you, I don't know. Daggone it. Bench update. So let's get over here. Here's that 50 O's. I got all the bare metal foil on. That bare metal foil, I'm going to tell you what. Y'all remember back when bare metal foil was having an issue with their product not sticking on to the bodies. And we all complained about it, and then they come out with their, you know, they had said that they had switched vendors, so they ended up going back. But I think the pack that I bought at the local hobby store, because this is some of the matte aluminum, and not a lot of people use that, and that was on the back of the shelf there at the hobby store, and that may have been an old pack. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what, this stuff just did not want to stick. And it still does not want to stick on there. Around those curves and things, it just will not stick. So I had a tough time with it, and it doesn't look all that great, fellas. I mean, you know, up to my standards, it just doesn't look all that great. Daggone it. And I made a visor for this. It's going to go up there, but I've got a fella that's sending me a visor. He did a 3D print, had a file and printed me one out, and it's supposed to be on the way. So we're waiting for that. Gonna see. I'll have to paint that up and shoot some clear on it, but it's a lot better looking than what I made. So I think we're waiting on that. But I got all the glass in, and everything's looking good so far. The door handles. Guys, I have no clue. I'm going to show you something here. Here's the instructions. If you look on the instructions, the door handles show you part number 111, part number 112 for the door handles. And they have the star on there that tells you that they're chrome. Well, I searched through that whole box. There is no tree that has those numbers on it. So either I didn't get them, or I threw the whole tree away by mistake. But if I did, there had to have been other parts on there, and I'm not missing anything else. I've still got extra parts left over. So I don't know what the hell happened. But I tried to find some door handles in my spare parts box, and I found a set that I thought would work pretty good. And daggone it if I didn't break them trying to get them off the tree. They were just not in good shape when they were on the tree to begin with. So I found another set, which I've got right here, and I got kind of cleaned up, and I'm gonna try and go with those. I may have to drill those holes out in the door a little bit bigger to accept those door handles, but I think they'll work out. But I'm waiting for that steering column and everything to sit up in there, and I'm gonna fit this body down on the chassis. And I'm gonna tell you guys what, I think it's because I put those fender skirts on the back. Well, I'll tell you what, when you set that body down there, I gotta spread that thing out so wide to get it on there. Man, I just feel like things are going to break, so I am hoping. I've only got to put it on one time. But guys, we'll you know, guys, if you ever had this issue with paint, I mean just actually melting into the body from using lacquer thinner or something like that, let me know the experience you all guys have with that, because man, I'm gonna tell you what, this is the first, and I don't know whether I'm gonna be able to save that body or not, but that stuff is just thick on there. All right, guys, I think it's been long enough. I'm going to get off here. All right, I'm done.